Alright folks, how's it going? It's been a minute. Costume Pikachus. We've got some new ones this week, and apparently there are now over 96 distinct costume Pikachus. That's obviously not even including the background Pikachus, like the new one we had, the Lego background Pikachu, still after the shiny version of that. I think that'll be the next video, venturing out and trying to get the shiny version of that. But this week, if you didn't know, we've got the Cosmog one. Obviously, we've got the Worlds one. You can get the Cosmog one in the field research tasks. I believe it's the 5-kilometer event one. Also the Spin 26 Pokestop one. So get spinning if you want that, or at least the shiny version of it. It's available in the 1-star raids. Later on in the week, both are going to be available in the 1-star raids. Obviously, you can get it in the Go Pass as well, right? So there's multiple ways to get all these. I'm kind of costume peeked out, to be honest. I feel like there's other Pokemon they could do the costume variants for, right? Give me Sceptile with the twig in its mouth. Do you know what I mean? There's so many different costume Pokemon that they could do. But anyway, let's talk about the free stuff. Let's quickly go through what's on offer right now. What you have to do in terms of viewing or watch hours, because you have to go on Twitch, you have to go on these streams, and you have to basically tune in for a certain amount of time. It's not too complex. There's certain hoops you have to obviously jump through because you have to link accounts with other things. They don't make it that easy. Like it's more annoying than anything. And every year people do get confused. I see in the Twitch chat people saying, "Oh, drop the code, drop the codes." I think they're given one code for the T-shirt, which you just get easily, and everyone can just put it in at the store redemption thing on the main Pokemon site thing. But at the same time, the other ones, it's one use, right? Like you'll get the code and it's just a one use, which means you can't just put it in. You can't just redeem it. You have to do all this nonsense, but let's go through it anyway. I think this t-shirt is the easiest one to get. It doesn't mention anything about tuning in for an extended period of time. As of recording this, it's Wednesday 26th. World starts this Friday. I think this would just be a passcode that everyone can just redeem straight away. So I'll just drop this in the chat come the time. So this is probably the least exciting one, but you might as well still claim it. Watching for 30 minutes with your Twitch account, which will be linked to your Pokemon Trainer Central account, which isn't difficult, and we'll discuss what and how to do that after just discussing the rewards. But viewing for 30 minutes will generate the Twitch drop, eventually granting you a team building time research in Pokemon Go, branching paths involving Lickitung, Totodile or Paldean Wooper. And as it says here, day 1, you got to tune in via twitch.tv/Pokemon Go. Day 2 will be the same, or if you're viewing it on day 3, that'll be twitch.tv/Pokemon. That's the Pokemon Twitch channel. This one is definitely my favorite of the time research freebies. Once again, tuning into the same places on day 1, day 2 and day 3. You got to watch for 60 minutes, so make sure you have your screen up every single time for all of these. This one's going to give you an elite charge TM, so very nice. Beazle Boy won Worlds 2025 last year, so that's what this time research is all about. And it's going to give you his Tinkerton, which will come with a special background, so very nice. Here's where they switch it up a bit. You got to tune in to twitch.tv/Pokemon XP. That's going to be on Saturday, August 29th. And watching for 30 minutes, that's going to give you the Twitch drop, earning you a time research with a Cosmog themed Pikachu. So who knows, maybe you'll get the shiny. And how badly do you want another encounter with a World's Pikachu, potentially shiny? Well, if you tune in for 45 minutes with Pokémon GO co-streamers during Worlds, and that includes any of these streamers, you are going to get a bonus time research awarding that World's Pikachu. You can do that on any of the days, so look out for those co-streamers. Can find them all at twitch.tv/ and then the name of the co-streamer. Alright folks, well, some good rewards, but how do you actually get all of it, right? Because you're going to need a Twitch account, so you make sure you have one of those, and you're going to need a Pokemon Trainer Central account, and you're going to need both of those linked. So this next page is going to be your best friend. So before you get that watch time in on Twitch, you're going to want to head over to rewards.pokemon.com. Here's where you can link your Pokemon Trainer Central account to your Twitch account. There's a link to sign up here if you don't have that. Once you have those two accounts linked, then you can head over back to those Twitch streams, 2 of which they actually have linked here, the Pokemon one and the Pokemon Go one, and get those allotted watch hours in. And then when you're watching these live streams, check the chat box, because eventually, once you hit the 30 minutes or 60 minutes or whatever the watch time might be, it's going to tell you to claim your Twitch drop. Or you can check twitch.tv/drops/inventory to see if you've got it and obviously claim it. And then you got to go back to that prior site, because this is now where you can view your inventory, where your rewards will be. You're going to hit show code in there, so make note of the code, copy and paste it, write it down, whatever you have to do. And don't share the code with anyone, folks, because these are one-time use codes. So say you gave that code to someone else, that's it, you're not going to be able to use it. So, you know, keep it secret, keep it safe. And then you're going to have to go to store.pokemongo.com/offer redemption, because that's where you're putting in the code. You're going to hit apply, and then it'll finally be on your Pokemon Go account, and you can actually do the thing, get all the rewards, claim that elite charge TM, whatever it may be, right? So yeah, quite a few hoops to jump through, right, to kind of get all this done. But obviously it's worth it at the end of the day if you got the time, because it is freebies, right? It is free stuff that we're getting here. And let me know, folks, if you end up getting that shiny Cosmog or that shiny Pikachu World Costume one. So hopefully this all helped. Please slap the like button, massively helps with the YouTube algorithm. And if you're new, please do consider subscribing as the channel continues to grow. I appreciate any and all support, and I do love making these videos. That's about it from me though. Take care, please, and catch you all in the next one.